What's up, everybody? Let's jump right in. Major ick vibes. I'm sure you heard of this before, especially the word ick. For those of you who are uninformed, let me give you a quick definition. An ick is something women use to describe an action as innocuous as something he says, something a man does, or something that immediately turns them off, makes them disgusted, makes them go, ugh, lose all attraction for the guy. And in most cases, like I said, these actions, whatever the hell they picked up on, it's certainly not universal. As in, for example, if you're like P. Diddy and you beat a woman, yeah, of course, that's universal for. Nah, that's no longer an ick. That's more like, bro, you need to go to fucking prison. Or if you never take a shower, you never brush your teeth, or you're on drugs, those aren't icks. Those are flat out no-go zones, red flags. So an ick could be anything. And I mean literally. You don't know what the hell it is. You can't pick up on it. It's on a case-by-case basis. That's pretty much what an ick comes down to. Plain and simple. And can you look out for those? Can you prevent yourself from having icks to showcase to women that you're dating? No, of course not. See, here's the thing about people. You can't control how they feel. You can't control their emotions. And whatever sets them off, that's on them. Really. Whatever triggers them is based off of their own life experiences, what they encountered in the past, trauma. These are all things that will cause them to react a certain way, and you cannot control that. How can you? Just like if you're running for office, people are going to vote for you or they ain't. You cannot please everyone. No politician has ever gotten 100% approval rating. Hell, let's not even talk about politicians. Let's talk about everything in life. Food. Not everyone's gonna like sushi. Not everyone's gonna like steak. Some people don't even like medium rare steak. They need it well done. They need it burnt to a crisp. And yeah, of course, people are gonna judge them for that. But at the end of the day, everyone's gonna have their own preferences. And the same goes with X. You can't stop women from feeling an ick. You can't cover all your bases. You cannot control people's emotions. And with that being said, the reason I'm bringing up this topic tonight is, quite honestly, it's the first time a woman has ever used that word on me in person. Well, I mean, encountering in real life, as in through online texting, of course. Look, there's one thing when they say that through text as opposed to in person. Okay, that, not yet. But in person, yeah, let me tell you that story real quickly. This happened yesterday. So we were texting back and forth, and I was saying, hey, so how's your day going? And she says, well, I'm trying to knock this quiz out. My professor is really trying to squeeze out every last drop out of all of our students before the semester ends. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, seems legit. But I noticed she had a typo. Or was it a typo? She spelled squeeze with an S followed by the word quiz. So being the smart guy that I am, I quickly picked up on that. I was like, oh, clever now. This girl is throwing out a pun out there. She was saying quiz. And instead of Flower just saying squeeze out every last drop, she said squiz out every last drop. I'm like, all right, I see you. So I respond, with random bullshit like, man, so it's that type of professor, huh? Whew, sorry to hear that. By the way, squeeze. I like that. I throw a little emoji face that, the face I'm making right now, the smirk. Oh, I see you. I see that. Yeah, impressive. So of course this chick replies with, yeah, it's that type of professor. But by the way, I meant squeeze. That was a typo. But here's what to come next. Honestly, major ick vibes. I don't know why you would say that. Unmatched. End of conversation. The profile, poof, gone just like that. That's why I'm telling you this exchange like this rather than showing you a screenshot. Well, not that I would, because if you've been watching my videos, too lazy to edit that shit in, but either way, it's because the profile, the text exchange, that's gone. That's why I gotta tell you about it verbatim. But anyway, going back to the story, the only reason I even saw that last part was because I got the notifications on, and it showed it to me in those bubbles on my home screen before I get the chance to go into the dating app itself. But once I go in there, profile's gone. She unmatched me. And here I am going, whoa, what the hell? I was so confused. Like, did she text the wrong profile? Was it not meant for me? But then again, I'm like, hold up. She would have to see it was my profile and then unmatch me as well. So clearly, most likely was meant for me, but I still couldn't grasp where the hell I went wrong. Of course, I had the rest of the night to ponder about it, think about it back and forth, and it hit me. It's like, oh, is that possible? It probably is the case where, coupled with that smirk face and the squeeze, she probably took it as me going, oh yeah, just like the professor wants to squeeze every last drop out of you. Well, guess what, baby? I want you to squeeze every last drop out of these nuts. You can't wait, man. Bruh, let me tell you, once that thought crossed my mind, I'm like, whoa, really? Now granted, yeah, it's certainly viable. She's certainly allowed to feel the way she does. Alright, let me take a step back. I'm not trying to be a narcissist and say callous, insensitive things like, I'm sorry you feel that way. As in, listen, it's got nothing to do with me. It's not my problem. Look, your emotions are your emotions. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, of course, let's say I'm in a foreign country and I stick out my tongue. In certain countries, that is deemed extremely offensive. So if the indigenous people of that country get offended, of course I'm going to be like, whoa, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to offend. I did not know that gesture was inappropriate. I will never do it again. But you see how that went down? There was an open dialogue. Even though they were offended, they stated why. They gave me a reason to hear me out for my rebuttal. We had a conversation, an exchange. See, it's one thing to be offended. You can't control people from that. It's within their right to be offended. But it's another thing to act unilaterally without knowing the premise, the situation, without hearing the other side out. Because cases like these, certainly for me, I can speak for myself. The last thing I was thinking of was something perverted. The last thing on earth. Okay, she was hot. That's why I matched her. Eventually, I do want to tap that ass. But then during that time, that phrase itself, I had zero sexual thought. Believe me. But hey, it is what it is. And she took it in her own hands to go, listen, major ick vibes. I don't know why the hell you would say that. I'm out. Peace. Unmatched. Okay. You have all the rights. It is all within your rights to exit. See, I can't control how she feels. She has her own life. She had her own life, culminating up to this point. Maybe she had a string of bad men in her life. A bunch of lecherous perverts. People hitting on her non-stop. I don't know. I don't know her backstory. This is just a random person I met online. So I can't say anything. That's why you never heard me call her crazy. She lost her damn mind. I can empathize and be like, listen, her experience, I don't know what happened. But if she wants to close the dialogue, literally, I can only stop feeling bad about it. It's not on me. She refuses to communicate. She chooses to unilaterally exit, close off the dialogue, and so be it. I just gotta move on. It's over. See, I understand as a man, if you're watching this video, you're most likely a guy. And us men, we're problem solvers. We're logical. And just in general, as human beings, we're a societal species. We want to be accepted. We don't want to be disliked, man. I mean, back in the day, back in the old caveman days, where people lived in tribes, small groups, to be disliked could very well become you becoming exiled. And if you kicked out of a group, well, what happens next? You might just die. If you're hated by somebody, word will spread quickly. Pretty soon, the village will hate you. You'll be blacklisted, shunned. But on the flip side, fast forward to today, it's modern times. It's modern day era. I'm in a huge ass city. I'm in New York City. Millions, tens of millions of people here. I've never seen this woman in my life before I matched with her. And I'm pretty sure I'll never see her ever again. She's in my life for that brief moment and she's out. So you can't hold it. I certainly can't hold it within me to feel bad and go, damn, I messed up. I should never do that again. No. Because that's the thing with icks. Circling back to the topic. You can't plan for icks. If you're a normal, well-adjusted human being of society, yeah, of course, there's certain things, universal things you don't do. You don't go around punching people. You don't enact violence. You don't kill people. Those things are common sense. But when it comes to small things like this, especially she herself described it as an ick. Granted, it was major ick vibes. Major. Yeah, that's right. I had no clue. I had no way of knowing that would set her off. And with that being said, I can't hold myself accountable for that. Because an ick is simply just an ick. It's small, it's minuscule. And everyone has their own version of what triggers them, what sets them off, what causes them to cringe. It's not universal. It's nothing like breaking the law, not taking a shower, doing these kind of things. Like, it's like, all right, I get it. That's nasty. But with this, certainly, there's no way of me accounting for that. And if I were to do so, that would mean holding back my personality, censoring myself, walking on eggshells. Do I really want to live like that? That's my personality. That's me. That emoji. You see my face. I'm constantly smirking. I'm a smooth mother. Of course I'm gonna be smirking, man. That's me, man. Am I gonna stop using that smirk emoji in fear of causing another ick catastrophe? Hell no. She can certainly feel whatever the hell she wants. If she doesn't mess with me, so be it. But if she is willing to keep that dialogue open, willing to tell me, come forth and be like, hey, what happened? Like, oh, I don't appreciate that. And I'll explain myself. Oh, I didn't mean it that way. No way. I thought you were throwing out a pun. That was real cute and clever. I like that a lot. That's what I meant. She could easily have been, oh, okay, I see. My bad. I mean, I did say, if she was a smoke show, I would totally continued talking to her. Asked her out on a date. Yeah. But unfortunately, she couldn't handle it. She totally blew it out of proportion. Thought I was some random ass pervert. Okay, so be it. Her loss. There's a fine line between accepting accountability, going, yeah, I messed up, versus something that you really can't control, that has nothing to do with you. And in this case, if it's an ick, listen, it's not your fault. You have nothing to worry about. And with that being said, I'm gonna see you on the next video. Peace.